We are live on TikTok.
That's right. We're live on TikTok right now.
Nice.
Everybody say hi. This is Ryan Anthony.
What's up, guys?
Entrepreneur right here. This guy's killing it.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions about heating, air conditioning, he's your guy. So I want you guys to all go to @RyanAnthony's on TikTok and make sure you follow him. He puts out great content for heating, air conditioning, all that type of good stuff, especially it being winter. Everybody has issues. I know because I'm a homeowner and I get issues all the time. He's your guy to reach out to.
Awesome. Well, construction and charity. We talked
Right.
about that too.
Yes,
We'll
construction,
talk about during this whole live thing. So it'll be good.
So today what we did was we had a podcast. He was nice enough to invite me to come on the podcast, which we actually connected on TikTok, which is crazy. And we had a really good podcast.
Yeah, really good conversation. Yeah.
So we discussed his charity. We discussed just being entrepreneurs and really just a little bit about ourselves. So definitely look for that. It's going to be posted on your TikTok.
Give me Facebook. We'll do TikTok snippets, and it'll definitely be on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a YouTube channel under Ryan Anthony's Heating Service.
So check him out on YouTube, Ryan Anthony's Heating Service. And right now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little cigar talk. We're going to light a couple cigars, shoot the shit, and kind of go over our cutters, lighters.
Yeah, some nice cigars.
Nice cigars, yes. Check this bad boy out.
Shout out to Monte Cristo. Yeah.
This is a 60 ring gauge, 6x6. All right. So, how do you like to cut your cigar?
So, I always did a punch.
Okay.
I always did punches, and then I started using that V cutter.
Yes.
And then I really like the V cutter because
Yeah.
it almost eliminates any sort of cigar in your mouth when you smoke
Right.
it. So
Funny you say that.
We have an assortment here
We
of
do.
different cutters.
So a little fun fact about the V cut. A lot of people always ask me. That's becoming the most popular cigar cutter that I see, or style of cut. It's said that the V cut, because of the way that it's designed, it catches all the tar. That's why you probably don't get that nasty taste. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because if it was the surface area, right? So the smaller the hole, the less smoke that comes in. But when you do a clean cut off the top, a straight cut, there's nothing to grab any of the residue or anything that's coming through. Okay. So that's what they say is that those angles on the V cut
take out the tar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
So I'm a V cut guy then.
I'm a V cut guy too.
You just changed me.
See, there you go.
I mean, I was already in the process, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm probably going to use a V cut as well. So I'm going to start with this guy. I have a Calibri V cut. I also have a Calibri straight cut and V cut. So it's 2-in-1 cutter, which is really nice. I don't know if you've ever seen
I
that.
like that one.
This? Yeah. It's a nice one.
Beauty.
So guys, we're going to be lighting up these Monte Cristos. This is a 6x60, and I'm going to be using my V cut. You just place it into the cigar cutter, into the backer so it can't go any further. And there's steady pressure straight down.
Boom.
There you go.
Would you do me the honors, sir?
Absolutely.
That's a real nice color.
Wow. Man down.
You're going to have to get me one of those.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. A professional cut by a professional.
That's right. There you go.
Cool. Now, this has the wrapper on it.
Yes.
So I was always taught, because I used to take all the wrappers off, and then my cigar would unravel. And that was always a problem. So
Okay.
I always leave.
Top on.
Yeah. So now what is this exactly, this label called? Is there
Cigar band.
So just a cigar band. All right.
Yeah.
So I always leave the cigar band on, but this obviously has a real cool wrapper. But
Yes.
I can still take
Yeah.
this off.
Yeah, this has a little bit more going on to it, right? So at the bottom right here, we have what's called a foot band. So usually what a foot band is great for is adding extra information onto a cigar.
Okay.
That's usually what it's designed for from a cigar manufacturer.
Okay.
And then obviously this has a band in the middle. Again, that's just decoration. It's more information provided, from the manufacturer to the customer.
It definitely makes cigar stand out.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the manufacturers, obviously it's marketing, right?
Right.
So it definitely is becoming more popular to have more stuff going on as far as advertising and cigar bands that I see, at least, right?
No, that's awesome.
So, yeah, so everybody always asks me about the cigar bands. Can I take them off? Can I leave them on? Do you only smoke to the cigar band? One thing about cigars, it's your cigar.
Yeah.
You enjoy it how you want to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love about it.
I end up
so.
taking the top band off as it gets lower.
As it gets lower, yeah.
So, but
Yep.
not now.
And then obviously you have to remove the footband and
But
stuff.
I
to let-
absolutely made that rookie mistake.
Yeah.
When I first started.
Oh,
smoking
I'm
cigars.
sure I did.
And then I
too.
always wondered, like, why does this keep unraveling? I don't
Yeah.
understand. So.
All right, so I'm taking the footband off. And then, as always, when you're lighting your cigar, a lot of people may not know, you don't want to light the cigar straight on like this because the flame is actually going to ride up through the body of the cigar and it can actually ruin the tobacco that's inside the filler
I have
tobacco.
wooden matches too if you want to go that route.
We could do that too.
Want me to get them?
It's up to you.
I can get them.
All right, we could do that.
Grab.
All right, guys. So, just so everybody knows what we're doing here, I'm here with Ryan Anthony, and he owns a construction company, part owner in glass company, heating and air conditioning company as well. Please go and follow him on TikTok and all the other social medias. We just got done with a really good podcast. We're going to be lighting up these really nice cigars and just kind of shooting the shit and going over some cigar stuff. Uncrowned cigar, yes, it's a nice cigar.
There you go. If you want to do a wooden
Thank you.
match.
Yeah. All right. So when you light a cigar with a wood match, the best thing to do is let the head burn out. So I don't know if you know that.
To get the sulfur out of the way,
Yep,
right?
exactly. We don't want any. We don't want
Get
any.
a broken stick.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll make it work. There it goes.
There we go. Let that burn out.
Yep. And you're just gonna let the flame kind of ride up the wood. So then we're actually lighting the cigar with the wood rather than the chemicals in the cigar. Yeah, it is a great day to smoke. Everybody's like, why are you smoking inside? It's 70 degrees out. So we just got done with a podcast, guys. So that's why we're inside right now.
Yeah.
So you just want to warm up the tobacco a little bit. This is what's called toasting the foot. And the reason why you do this is so then it gets a nice even light. Just like that.
Beauty.
There you go.
Beauty.
And that's that.
It's a good cigar.
Yeah.
Already, first puff.
Yep. Yeah, very nice. I've never actually had this one.
No?
No.
Like I said, the only reason I always like Monte Cristos.
Yeah.
I like the Rocky Patel
Love Rockies.
99s.
Yep.
But-
1999 vintage.
Yeah, but they got real crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I have a bunch of those. I would have brought you one.
Yeah, I actually, my go-to before this one was the Muad by Drew Estate.
Okay, yeah.
It was a great cigar.
Yeah,
I mean,
Drew Estate makes
that's
really
kinda
good
like
cigars.
my go-to. It's pretty, priced right.
Yep.
And that's good. I mean, these are a little pricey, but, on special occasions, they're good.
Right, yeah.
So, I forget what these work out to be a stick. They're probably $12, $13 a stick on Cigar International. Or
Right,
something like that.
right.
So, but it's very good.
Yeah. That's not bad at all though for this. That's not
Yeah, I
bad
want to
price.
say I bought 10 for $125, something like that, $130 to find out. Obviously, I think the ring size price difference,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, different.
ultimately, I like that the Muats are 60 by 5.
Okay.
That's my favorite size cigar. This is 60 by 6, but it's still, I'm not going to not
Right,
smoke it.
right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the most popular cigar that I roll is my Robusto, actually.
Okay.
Which is the 5x52.
Okay.
So people.
that's your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People,
absolutely.
well, I make what the demand
people
is.
want.
Right.
Yeah.
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 But I have cigars. I have one cigar. It's called the Woody. It's huge.
Yeah.
Did you see my video on
I
that?
did see that thing.
It's
Well,
enormous.
What is it? Asylum makes those tremendous cigars.
Yeah. So I have that too.
I smoked
Yeah.
an Asylum one time. I think it was a 70 ring. Mm-hmm. Listen, the cigar is good, but it's hard to smoke a 70
Yeah.
ring
It's
cigar.
it's almost like a joke at that point.
yeah,
You know what
exactly. Yep.
I mean? But yeah, anything over 60 is getting up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is a good size. It's a good cigar.
Yeah.
So now, people always talk about how often you puff, how long of a puff.
Right.
Like what's like the
Yeah. So again, there's no set
right or wrong.
Yeah, there's no set thing, right or wrong. But what I always try to say is,
But you want to keep everything even,
yeah.
right?
So if you're starting to get bitter flavor in your mouth and you're really not enjoying it, it's probably because the cigar is burning too hot.
Okay.
And why is it burning too hot? Because you're probably puffing it too much.
Too much.
So usually what I always try to tell everybody is, you can say 30 seconds, but usually about like 45 seconds to a minute and 15, right in that range. One puff or two puffs in that time frame,
Right.
you're probably fine.
Probably good.
Yeah. Yep. And then it's okay to let a cigar relax, and that's
Yeah.
what some people, when they're getting new into cigars, or even somebody that smokes cigars a lot, they might not know.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep chugging on it, you're not going to enjoy it as much.
No.
Let the tobacco mellow out,
Yeah.
and you're going to get more flavor through it,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah. Plus, it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Right.
Which
right,
isn't
right.
good for the wife.
No.
So even after you brush your teeth, it's
Right.
Tough.
Yeah.
Getting all that out.
Yep.
So
You just got to wash it down with a little scotch or something. Yeah.
that's always a good thing. We have that, but
No,
it's early on a let's say Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was funny.
Yep. But
But no, it's always enjoyable to have a nice cigar.
Yeah.
After a good conversation, we'll have lunch after this. It'll be good.
awesome.
So
I can't believe how good that rabbit air thing's working, because I don't even see smoke in here.
yeah, no, it does a pretty good job. If you have like 4 guys puffing, that kind of adds up. And then I'll shut that off too, because that's just blowing air around.
So
This way the air stays over here.
when we smoke on here,
Mm-hmm.
numbers drop. TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. So we were up
They
at
don't like you smoking, right?
we were up at over 500 a little while ago. Now we're down to 989.
89?
Yeah,
From
so-
500. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It happens rapidly. I didn't know that until one of my guys that subscribed, actually, he mentioned it to me.
Oh, really?
And he's like, dude, smoke off the screen, keep the cigar off screen, and then
Oh,
come
okay.
back on.
Okay.
And that's what I was actually like this.
Right,
I had
okay.
one of the lives.
Okay.
And I kept my number steady.
Really?
Yeah, so it's interesting the way social media works, right?
Yeah.
You can have a 16-year-old girl wearing nothing and dancing in front of a camera.
And that's
that's okay. But yet somebody who just has something that is a legal product, does everything by the book, I pay my taxes, I'm a registered or licensed retailer, licensed manufacturer, and I get blackballed because it's a controlled substance.
Right.
But people are putting drinking ads all the time.
Well, it's a controlled substance that you may know the answer to this. How many millions of dollars or billions of dollars is in the cigar industry?
Yeah. Even more into cigarettes. Think about that.
Well,
and that's promoted.
Yeah, well, cigarettes, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
Well, actually similar, but, different ballgame in my opinion. I think the cigars are more for, like, I don't have to smoke a cigar every day.
No,
I don't
absolutely
have
not.
to. I can go a week without smoking a cigar.
Right.
Then I can go a week where I smoke a cigar every day.
Right.
So it really depends on your preference.
Right.
So, like I said, it's when I have time to sit and enjoy a cigar, then I sit and enjoy a cigar. Sometimes
Right.
I'm stressed out and I sit and have a cigar being stressed out, but it calms me down.
Right.
But I never did any other drugs my whole life.
Never.
Like, I think nothing actually. Yeah, I mean, tried pot twice, 3 times. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
This I enjoy because it's I'm a pretty active person. I'm pretty like I don't want to say hyper, but I can get high strung.
Yeah.
So brings me down.
That's
Like
same
I
thing.
had an extremely stressful morning and stressful night, just for various reasons, and kind of put that to bed. And now here we are.
And you look
enjoying
forward
the
to it.
cigar. Absolutely.
Right.
I've been looking forward to it since you said it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You said we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a cigar, and be nice.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Yep. It's a nice way to relax, decompress. Like I said before on the podcast,
Yeah.
and just kind of, even if you're reflecting, you're just shooting shit. It's
Now, I guess anyone in Long Island that wants a room built like this, we
Yeah.
should probably show the room a little.
Yeah. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So, I guess our story's kind of on TikTok, but it's not. But we actually bought this building July was a year of last year, so this
Okay.
July would be 2 years, and we built all this out. So we built this out because we also own a construction company, and it's our 3rd office space because the building I was in was expandable.
Right.
And we built an office and then built another office and then we tried perfecting it. But the problem was when I built my first office, I put like the couches, the conference room, and my desk in that office. I
Right.
made it big. And what happened was we get visitors all the time. Like, I'm shocked that no one's knocking on the door right now. But people would come in and they'd sit at the conference table, they'd sit on the couch. But when I had to get work done, I couldn't shut
Right,
it
you
off.
couldn't, you're right.
And some of my mentors are older and they're half deaf. So like they talk loud, you know.
Right.
So I said the next office we built, we put the conference room in its own entity, kind of off of my office where I had doors.
Yeah.
And I still kept the couches in my office because like people come in and have a cigar with me, and that didn't work either. So when we bought this building, we designed this. We built this lounge room. Our conference room is off another room.
Yeah, it's
They're
gorgeous.
not even connected.
Yeah.
And then what we do is I have a partner in a construction company. So through that bookshelf,
Right.
I don't know if you want to show.
It's a Murphy door.
So through that
which is
bookshelf
awesome.
is actually my partner's office, and then through this wine rack is my door to my office.
Which
so
is
if
awesome.
so if we're hanging out and it gets too loud, or if I got to answer a phone call, I simply get up and walk in my office, close the door, and
Right.
you still kind of hear them, but you could get work done.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
we finally perfected what an office should be, and then we
Some
also
office, so.
yeah, absolutely. So, but we designed this room as we designed every room in the building as kind of a showroom for people to come in and see the
Right.
different types of molding packages and stuff like this. Like my partner's a master carpenter. He did this coped
Yeah.
ceiling.
It's beautiful.
It really made the room, and everyone that comes in here pretty much gets pretty wowed. So it's cool. Yeah.
I walked in. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus. This
Because you don't expect it because we're
No.
in an industrial park.
Right.
So you kind of
Right.
walk in, you're like, what the
Yeah, no.
and I got the color from this office for this room from I forget the guy's. I think it was Man Shit Mondays. Whoever does Man Shit Mondays, I forget his name. Cool guy. He does like cigar videos and whiskey videos and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Sears.
Is that his name?
Jeff Sears?
I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think, right?
Super cool
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, I just enjoy watching him, and
Yeah.
he goes into depth about everything,
Yes.
and like I said, lighters and knives and different. Like I
Yeah.
watch him when I can, and his room was painted similar color to this. I'm like, and this is
Yeah.
long before. This is when I had my other office, and I should have painted my office that color, and then like I said, when we got this, I was like, I know exactly the color to paint it.
Yeah.
And we did it.
No,
and,
this is-
so if he's listening, which may not be, but if anyone knows him, we completely got this color from him. Yeah. Hi, Sue.
I didn't know if you were still podcasting.
No.
Do you want anything to drink with your grilled chicken?
A water's fine.
Water?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Water to give him?
Yeah, we have cups.
Okay.
I think we have cups,
no?
no? Yeah, thanks, Sue. We have a Poland Spring.
Yeah, that's fine with
Yeah.
me. I'm easy.
Sue's funny.
Yeah.
So everyone here has basically become family.
Right.
So Sue used to work for a company called Blackman Supply, which was a big company here on Long Island, New York, and they recently sold to a company, Ferguson. And when they sold, a lot of the people got offered buyout packages to retire.
Yeah.
And Sue, for years, said, "When I retire, I want to come work with you guys," because she just knew we had fun here.
Right.
Like our office is fun. Like,
Yeah, of course. I can tell. Yeah.
We definitely, you deal with some stuff in business, but
Right.
like we try to make the best of it, and like we joke around with each other, and like, but everyone has their backs
Right.
all the time. So, we they break her chops,
Yeah.
a lot, but she gives it right back.
Yeah, great,
Yeah,
great.
so it's
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
a fun environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, she always makes sure like everyone has their lunch, So we're
She's
kind of
like a
she's like the
mom.
mom. She's
That's
the mom
awesome.
of the office. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You need that, though. You need that to kind of
Yeah.
make everybody feel like a family. you know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah.
So that's awesome.
So, I tell people that, years ago, people would always tell me, you run your business, you keep your employees separate from whatever you do personally.
Right.
And I don't believe in that philosophy. I believe that your core group of guys, especially your core group, you don't necessarily have to have everybody in
Right.
your business. But my core group of guys, when my daughter has a birthday party,
They're there.
coming.
Right.
If, we have anything at the house, they're coming. I'll take my core group of guys out and we'll go to a dinner.
Right.
When things are good. If things are good and like we're doing a lot of work and like, hey, they need like
And they're hustling.
stress relief.
Right.
Hey, let's go have a steak dinner. And we'll do it. And
Yeah.
listen, it costs me money, but like for the morale of the company, it's like the best thing.
Right.
And like we were talking earlier on our podcast, like you need to have everyone have the same vision as you. And that is so important because if they don't and they're not on
Right.
board, you're fighting an uphill battle constantly.
Yeah, so my wrestling coach back in high school, he was a great guy, and he always used to just say, you don't have to understand what I'm telling you, just buy into it.
Yeah.
buy into it.
Right.
And it's the same mentality in business. Right. If you can surround yourself with people that are buying into what you're trying to do,
right,
and really just listen, I trust you. Let's just go forward.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why it's so important. Like one of my guys, I always tell the story. His name is Warren, and I've had the company now for almost 17 years, the heating and air conditioning company, and it was about 9 years ago where I finally got hired Warren. But I knew when I hired him that like he's a legit guy. Like,
Yeah.
He's a mechanic. I had other guys that worked for me, like more like helpers, and I'd pay them, like on the books, but I didn't offer medical. I didn't have the means to do it.
Right.
So I knew when I hired him that like if I'm going to hire this guy, I got to really like step up my game. And like you said in the podcast, you take a couple steps back.
Right.
So when I hired him, I knew I had to give health insurance, which cost me money, but I had to lay it out to have him trust me.
And you knew it was the right thing to do.
Yes. And then as the company grew,
right.
We hired more guys, we fired more guys. He really understood what I was doing, but he always thought I was crazy. He really did. He always said, like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, because like I went literally over $1 million in debt.
Whoa.
Easy. Between truck loans, I leveraged the banks.
Right.
I leveraged supply houses. I didn't like steal from anybody, but like
No.
I let them know this is what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm taking a risk, and we're gonna see what happens. And it was extremely nerve-wracking, and he watched me do it the whole time. And there was a million failures, which we talked about.
Always.
And we figured out a lot of ways of how not to do things.
Right.
And then as the company grew, we got more employees. And what would happen was I would get guys that were good, and I'd teach them, and I'd lose them to like union jobs. And I lost them to union jobs because they offered retirement packages.
Right.
So now I'm like, all right, I got my game up on my health insurance package, but I got to get my game up now on my retirement.
Right.
So now I had a guy who came in who actually did a life insurance policy for me. He came in and he explained to us and my guys, we do a 3% match in retirement.
Wow.
So anything up to 3% they want to put in, I match.
That's great.
And now we have a retirement package, which costs the company money, but at the end of the day,
it's worth it.
This is a team effort here.
Right.
So it's not just. I was taught by a guy. His name is Steve. I won't say his last name because he's not big on social media.
Okay.
78 years old. He owns a car dealership. I used to date his stepdaughter when I was a kid. I was 20 years old. He's since still been like a second father to me.
Yeah.
He is the one who actually told me like you should probably not be with this girl. So he always told me that true success is not only making yourself successful, but making the people that you surround yourself with successful as well. And that's the goal.
Right.
And that's fun, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I tell everybody that's involved with what I'm doing. And we had a meeting the other day, and I go, the one thing that I pride myself on is I'm not greedy at all.
Right.
The other thing is,
well, they say pigs get fat,
right.
hogs get slaughtered.
Right.
That's the saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't be greedy. You have to be family oriented. And when I mean that, I mean not only obviously be family oriented with your immediate family, but treat your employees, like you just said, as family.
Yeah.
And allow everybody to grow and be excited about the growth within the company.
Right.
Because if those people are supportive and they want to grow, like put it this way, if I told you that, I don't know, in 10 years I hope to have my own cigar line like Rocky Patel, where I'm not going to events and rolling cigars anymore, I am actually having a manufacturer.
I'm on board with that already, by the way.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Have a factory in Nicaragua and Dominican Republic that are rolling cigars, and then I have my own cigar line.
It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Real that could happen.
Oh, well, no, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I told the guys that I have like helping me out with certain things, I want you guys to be involved. Right. So right now you're going out and you're helping me roll cigars, or you're helping me get things prepared for special events that we're doing and stuff. How about you're the CEO of the company at one day? How about you're the product manager one day? You're the marketing manager one day. I go, that's where I want. I want the people that are with me from day one to be with me.
And this is something that people are into. People enjoy this kind of thing. Like what we do with heating and air conditioning, people don't enjoy that so much.
Right.
They appreciate it when they have it. It's a comfort. But no one is inviting anyone over their house and saying, come look at my boiler that I just come up in my attic and check out my air conditioner. No
you got to see this boiler.
No one is saying that. And I came to that realization, and it is what it is. We're in a realm where, we're a necessity.
Yeah.
So you have to have us. No one's really super ecstatic to have or spend money on things that
Right.
No one sees, and that's just the way it is.
But they'll spend it when they need it.
Yes, and that's why we started the construction company.
Yeah.
So we started the construction company because, we've been in the business for a long time on the mechanical level. And when I was a kid, 16, I was hanging sheetrock with a friend of mine named Bob. He's a master carpenter, and he's worked for everybody on the island.
Right.
And like I said, like 3 years ago, I approached him and I said, listen, I'm sick of work for contractors. There's nothing they're doing that we can't do. And I'm mechanical, you're a carpenter.
Right.
So now we come at it at two different levels. We're more versed in different things. We're not a jack of all. So we did it, and now people want to buy bathrooms. People want to buy kitchens. They want to put dormers on their house.
Yeah.
And they're happy to do it, and we do it in a good, timely, organized manner. It makes them even more happy, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah,
we
you guys
grow,
crushing it.
but the only way I could do that is by still having my good team in my heating and air conditioning.
Right. People to rely on.
Yes. So technically, it's gotten to the point where, like, in the mornings, I don't have to call in. I do, but I wait till later because at 7:30 they're getting the guys out doing everything.
Right.
I'm not going to throw a wrench in everything. I wait till like 8:30 to make a phone call, and I
Right.
usually set my day up where I'm going out hitting estimates on the way in because I live in Bohemia, so I'm like
Okay.
20 minutes away. So I'll hit estimates out in Suffolk County, and then I'll work my way into the office. And then if I don't call them, I'll just talk to them when I get here.
Right.
And I try not to micromanage, which is like one of the hardest things.
It is.
It's going to be hard for you too.
It is.
Because I could tell what kind of guy you are.
Yeah.
It's going to be it is extremely hard to not micromanage things when you're so passionate about something.
Right.
But you'll come to the realization that if you don't micromanage, things actually go better.
And I'm learning that.
Yes.
So I'm the type of person that when things need to get done, I need to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's not that I don't trust anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when it's got to get done, I got to do it.
Right.
And my wife, who's 100% right, she goes, let me do something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do it. And I go, it's not that not that I don't trust you. It's I just sometimes maybe I just don't want to bother anybody
Get
else.
out of the way, let me do it mentality isn't good.
And then
Yeah.
now that, she is helping in certain aspects, it's like, oh my God, she's doing a better job than I am. Right? Like, and I wouldn't say that she would never do it.
Now, if you
but
didn't let that happen, you wouldn't see
exactly.
that.
And then it takes a little bit off my plate, and she's doing it, and it's helping me, but she's also enjoying doing it. So it's full circle.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
you see with a business, it's not just the matter of being very good at either making a product or delivering a service.
Mm-hmm.
That's one aspect of it. When my business, it's being a good mechanic in multiple levels: gas, oil, air conditioning,
Right.
construction, whatever. But it's also of having the proper office staff, people answering the phone, people getting back to customers in a timely manner, making the customer and consumer feel that they're important, which it is.
Right.
And just because you're like over time, I'm sure you've met guys in the cigar world or whatever, but in the heating, air conditioning, construction world, you'll see guys that are like mega talented, like can build anything, like very, very good
Right.
at their craft,
Like this.
but terrible business owners.
Yeah.
And then you'll meet guys who are great business owners, but terrible at their craft. So you got to somehow come in the middle.
In the middle.
Yes.
Right.
And then you're pretty well rounded. And if you're bad at any of the things, you just surround yourself with someone who's better at it than
Right.
you are.
And-
And then it attributes to your reputation, your name.
Right, and that's surrounding yourself with like mentors and being able to ask questions and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, dude, you're crushing it at this.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little insight on how you structure this or how?" There's no reason, and that's the thing. If you don't ask, you're never going to learn.
Yeah.
So,
But the important thing about crushing it is you have to also realize that you're not always going to crush it.
No, never.
So like that I think is so important because like until you've gone through the hard times, you can't fully appreciate the times you're crushing it.
Right.
Because
Right.
when you're crushing it, you always have that mindset in the back of your head saying like, I don't know how long it's going to last. Like,
Right.
What's going to happen if this shorts out? Like, I better have a plan B. So I can't spend all this. This has got
Right,
to go
exactly.
away for a
Yeah.
rainy day. And, and that's the mindset you got to have. And,
Yeah.
and if you have that, I think it'll be good. But, yeah.
Camera's gonna die.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, camera's gonna die.
Oh, so you could
Recording's
probably-
about to end.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been going on 4K video for about 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
The camera's been on and recording. So
Should we just end it there?
I think
We probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.